Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Brianna. And today I will be giving you my top dorm essentials for any new college freshman or anyone who is wondering what they should bring to college. I have a lot of items in here that you would not necessarily think about, so hopefully this helps you out. For reference, I am currently an incoming sophomore at Princeton University, so I have had a full year at college and now I kind of know what the college life is about. This is not going to be in any particular order. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting right off the bat, we have throw pillows. In order to spice up that bed and make it as homey as possible, you're going to want to get throw pillows that match your theme that you're going for your room. You want to have a theme, like a color theme. Just for reference, here's a picture of my dorm room. I actually made a whole tour of the dorm room that I had, so if you want to go watch that, you can after this video. I wouldn't go overboard with the throw pillows because you don't need too many, just to like spice up the bed a little bit, because if you have too many, it can get a little excessive. Next thing is pretty obvious, but bed sheets. And I would say you want to have like at least two sets of bed sheets. It doesn't just have to be like white bed sheets. You can make it like a pattern or something. Speaking of washing bed sheets, you need detergent for your laundry. I personally had the luxury of just coming home and washing all my stuff at home, so I didn't really have to go through like the whole laundry process at college, which I'm very fortunate about. The reality is most of you guys are going to be washing all of your clothes and bed sheets and stuff like that at your college, so definitely detergent is a must. I have lamps, and you wouldn't think to get multiple lamps. And what I mean by that is, for me personally, I had a lamp on my nightstand right by my bed, which was really nice in case I wanted to do any work in my bed, or, you know, it was just a big lamp, so it kind of lit up the room a lot. And on top of that, you can also get a lamp for your desk, and my desk was not right by my bed, so it was kind of like off to the side a little bit. Another thing is extension cords. You absolutely need extension cords. I don't think there's a single college dorm that is like generous with the amount of outlets they have, so I think you need to get the ones with like the switch on and off, so just be aware of that. But next item I have is shower shoes, and by shower shoes, I've seen so many people wear so many different shower shoes, but the best ones in my opinion are the ones on the screen because they have like the little holes, so you're not going to get any like water that stays in them. They dry off pretty quickly. You absolutely need them for showering. Next is one that you probably don't necessarily need, but especially if you don't have an outlet kind of like right by your bed, what I found is really useful is to get a headboard for your bed with a built-in outlet. So you can easily just plug in your charger there and charge your phone. It'll always be by your bedside. I thought it was really useful. I used it all the time. Next thing is a full-size mirror. You are going to want to look at your outfit of the day. You're going to want to make sure they're cute, so you need a full-size mirror for sure. I personally like having the one that actually stands up and isn't just like on the back of a door, because I don't think we were allowed to have ours on the back of a door. Next thing is a Swiffer or some sort of like, not mop, but just like an easy thing to clean your floors with, because trust me guys, your floors get so dirty so fast. Next thing is have a yoga mat, and this isn't like an absolute necessity, especially if you want to use the gym and stuff, but even if you do want to go to the gym, it's so nice to just have a yoga mat that you can take with you, so that if you get lazy like I did, you can just do your little workouts in your room, follow along to a YouTube video or something like that. Next up is kind of 2-in-1, but first I'll say a shower caddy. You want to have two separate caddies, one for the bathroom when you're not showering and one for the shower. So for the shower, you want to have just like a plastic caddy. I think that works just fine to be able to fit your shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I had a separate bathroom caddy that had like my toothbrush, my face wash, all that stuff that I would just bring, and that one was also plastic, but it had like the little compartments, so it was like for smaller things. Next, I have hangers, and there are two types that you absolutely need. You need velvet hangers, which they make sure your clothes don't fall off, and they're also super skinny, so it allows lots of different hangers to fit in one space, because let me tell you, the closets are super small, and you might not even get a wardrobe. You might get like a bar that hangs. And you also want to get the collapsible hangers, so it's like multiple that go down. Those allow you to fit multiple clothing pieces on one hanger, and you can like organize it by clothing type. You also want to have a bunch of clothing bags, and this is just really helpful for move in and move out day. But also just like if you want to go home for any breaks, or even like for the weekend if you live close by. Like, also make sure to get the ones with the backpack straps on them so you can easily carry them, because they do get super heavy. But anyway, the next thing is to make sure to get a micro fridge or a mini fridge, whatever your college allows. I think a lot of colleges allow you to rent one, but I personally just brought my own. You absolutely need this to store any food that you buy at college, or even just to like store food for yourself to have in case you get hungry and want a snack. You also want to have easy breakfast foods, so we're talking like yogurt, overnight oats, oatmeal, just really easy foods that you can quickly get and then go to class. Next thing is something that I found out about like probably halfway through my year, a water pitcher, but it's also a boiler, so it could also boil your water. I don't know the exact name for it, but basically it looks like a pitcher. You can just plug it into whatever outlet you need or have, and then just put water inside of it, and it will heat up your water or even boil your water for you. And that is so helpful in case you want to use that water for any like oatmeal or ramen or stuff like that. Another thing that is so important is fans, especially if you don't have air conditioning in your dorm like I did. I know a lot of dorms are old like that, and it is literally brutal if your dorm is in a place where it can get very hot. So I think the Woozu fan is definitely a good one to have. I also like the ones that you can put near the window and you can have it like cool off your room, or like take the warm air out. Command hooks, and these are just for anything, and there's so many different types as well. I use the big hooks for like coats or towels. I just put them on like my wardrobe or something. And then I also have the ones with like the Velcro that you can stick things to. I use those to hang up paintings and just wall decor. On top of that, you should get a coat hanger, and I don't mean just like an actual hanger, I mean like the whole stand-up thing, because if you're like me and you like to have multiple coats and vests and jackets to choose from, I really like having that just in the corner of my room. I got one off of Amazon, I believe, and it was just really easy to put together. Going back into room decor, I think it's so nice to spice up your room with like on-theme paintings, and for me, I just had like random ones that I got from HomeGoods or something, and they were all like purple and white and really nice, and I just kind of put them on the wall next to my bed to spice up the wall. You can also get like a hanging tapestry if you want. Something else that you probably wouldn't think of is to get a small trash can, and I mean like the ones that are literally that big, just to put under your desk or somewhere that's easily accessible, especially if you're in your room a lot, because you probably will get like a big trash can and then a big recycling bin as well. But I usually keep those like away, as far away as possible. So I like having a little trash can just like for tissues or something. Another thing is phone chargers, and I like having as many phone chargers as possible. I guess you don't really need to have this, like one is probably sufficient, but I like to have one plugged into my bed headboard and also one at my desk. Also, my iPad uses it too, so if you like using iPads to take notes, I feel like that's a really good way to keep it charged, just have another charger there. Next thing I want to talk about is carpets. I think it's so nice just to have like a little carpet. If you do get a carpet, I suggest getting one that is not completely white and one that does not show dirt easily. So for me, I just got one with like gray stripes on it, and that was really nice to have. Get one that's easily cleanable as well. Next thing I have is one that's kind of sweet. I definitely recommend you don't forget about having photos of your friends and family and loved ones and your pets, because it can get lonely at sometimes. So I definitely suggest having like a bulletin board, put little Polaroids up or something like that. That's what I did. Just have little photos here and there to remind you of the people you love the most. Another thing I recommend having is the Amazon Alexa Echo Dot or something in your room, just to play music, because it can get so quiet really easily, especially if you're not in a really chatty hall. Make sure you set it up before going to your dorm, because if you don't, chances are you probably will never set it up. Another thing is to make sure you have a bunch of plastic utensils, plates, bowls, plastic cups, just a bunch of different things in case you need it. You never know what you're gonna need and what you're gonna want, but I definitely think it's important to have the utensils, if anything. On top of that, I like using drawers, plastic drawers, to keep everything in, just so it's all nice and organized. On top of that, you want paper products, you want paper towels, napkins, tissues, Make sure you have enough tissue boxes around your dorm in case you need them. Also, I would get a robe. For me, the bathroom is literally 2 steps away from my room, so I didn't really need to use a robe. I just wrapped a towel around myself and went. But if your bathroom is like a floor beneath you or something like that, you probably want to get a robe just to have. While you're getting ready, you probably want to look at yourself in the mirror, and while you put your facial products on, I would say get a small face mirror or even one that lights up if you want to be fancy, and just keep it there on your desk. Organizational desk shelves. I got one that was really nice. It was like 2 pieces. They kind of stacked on top of each other like this. It was great. It was like a desk shelf type of thing. If you want to put little desk decor on your desk. On top of that, a jewelry holder. If you wear lots of jewelry like I do, you probably want to get one. It's either, you can either get like a portable one where you just keep it inside of like a thing, or you can get one of those stand-up ones that kind of dangles your jewelry to have it on display. It's really up to you, personal preference. I have both. Other seating for guests. So if you have a roommate or if you have people that come over to your room a lot, you probably want to have like a little, I don't know what they're called, but just like those little chairs. They're kind of cute. And I also got this really white fluffy chair from Amazon that I really loved, just to like lounge around in if I didn't want to sit at my desk. If you guys are wondering where to get a lot of these things, I actually have a whole Amazon storefront, so go to my description box and I have like a little list of all of the dorm essentials. Next up is to have a reading pillow, and I think that's what these are called, but basically you could just put it anywhere, and it's really nice just to like lay against if you want to do some work and have like a little cozy comfy spot even on your bed. Kind of similar to that is a lap desk. I used to have one of these and then I got a new one for college, but basically it is like a hard surface like this, and then it's soft on the other side, so it's like half pillow, half table, and you can sit down and use it, put your laptop on it, and it's just a lot better than having your laptop on your bare legs or even using a pillow underneath. Something else is a Stanley Cup, or just any insulating cup that can keep your drink hot or cold, because for me personally, I absolutely love having a water cup on my desk at all times when I'm in college, because I feel like I don't drink enough water if I don't do that. Another thing is a lint roller. You never know when you're going to want to just freshen yourself up a little bit, or if you get lint on yourself and want to get it off really easily, I just kind of keep it in the back of my room somewhere. Finally, the last thing that I have on this list is water bottles, or if you don't want to continually get cases of water, you can always just have like a water purifier like the Brita ones, but I personally really like using water bottles and then just throw them out and fill them up with my Stanley Cup and stuff like that. Those are things that you probably wouldn't think of needing that you actually really do need for college. Hopefully this list was helpful for you guys. If you have anything else that I missed, please put them in the comments. I'm sure you will help someone out. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and good luck with your first year of college, or your second or third or fourth year of college, whatever year it is. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!